Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Young Baca. I'm here with my, I think we discussed this last time. You're not my co-host, right?
Well, technically, this is our first show.
Yeah,
so.
well, let's say we discussed the episode.
Yeah,
we were working some things out. We were doing the podcast.
But I am your co-host.
Then co-host doesn't seem like we're equals. It seems like you're my sidekick.
Yeah, but if I were to say this is our show, I would say my co-host is Young Baca.
Yeah, but then it makes it seem like I'm your sidekick.
It's not like it's the Young Baca show featuring Brian Andrew.
Oh, I think we haven't discussed it yet, but we should put the Young Baca in front of the Brian Andrew.
That's fine. You can do that, but we all know who the star of the show is.
I think we do. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Brand Split. Originally, this was going to be a wrestling podcast, and then we realized after our first test recording that the funniest parts were when we weren't talking about wrestling, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
When you were describing the fat woman that you've seen outside.
Yeah, you gave me the code to your apartment today, and I thought she was going to be outside, and I thought I was going to describe, why I'm here. I bet you if I threw the Young Baca name out, she'd be like, oh, yeah, just go right inside.
She would. But, okay, so let's talk about it. Last time, this is the second episode we recorded. The first one was a pilot. We were testing it out, see how everything was going. You were telling a story about how there was a large African-American woman outside of my building that was asking everyone how they got the code of the building.
Yeah.
Right? And you were just watching it, no poker face.
Yeah.
You just glued in, not trying to hide the fact that you're easing it, you're peeping into people's conversations.
Oh, yeah, I was there. It was there's a group of people, there's this skinnier black lady who was to the right of me, the overweight black lady in her apartment
she was in the balcony above, right?
Yeah, and then there's this I don't know, he's not white, but we're going to call him white because we're comparing him to two African-American ladies. And he gets out of his Uber and he starts just randomly putting in the code and it opens the door, and that just pisses everyone off around me. So I'm glad the very first time you invited me to your place, you didn't give me the code, because I was wearing a pink polo cardigan with flower pattern shorts, I believe, at that time. And
that's your style, right?
That's my style, but apparently that's not the style of your apartment building.
So what's the style of my apartment building?
Well, this guy was wearing a white T-shirt.
4XL white T-shirt?
No, it wasn't 4XL. He was a skinnier gentleman, but
okay.
He had an Uber. Obviously, he doesn't afford to have a car. And and then the overweight lady who just sits outside and getting pissed off at things all day.
And this was the middle of the afternoon, correct?
This is the middle of the afternoon.
It's not like she had a hard day at work. She's coming home. She's going to relax. Maybe have a cigarette or two. This is about 2:00 in the afternoon.
Oh no, she was already done. She had lunch. She relaxed. Probably read the Bible before she went outside. And then she was like, "Hey, who is this? I'm gonna say white person trying to get in my apartment building." And he was just like, "I'm just coming in my Uber. I don't know." And so she didn't recognize him. And I was like, "This must be a small apartment building." But when I showed up today, your apartment building.
Because this is the first time, because I actually gave you the code to get into my building, so I didn't have to come down and get you, and you could wake me up for my nap.
Yeah. Well, because you told me to meet you at 6, and it was 6:05, so you shouldn't have been sleeping.
No, not at all.
And but your apartment building looks exactly like those LA apartments where celebrities die.
Dude, my apartment building looks like every other apartment building in the valley. It's all the same.
Oh, okay. Well, every stereotypical celebrity dying apartment building, that's what you live in. Well, maybe you're the celebrity.
There's going to be one day. There's going to be one day where you see the Facebook post, "Rest in peace, Young Baca."
Yeah,
where you're going
to be face down in your pool.
No, not on the pool. I think it's going to be just face down on the hardwood floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, I have my pants up
with all 5 bottles of your lotion around you.
There's another thing today. You walked in, and I had about 5 bottles of lotion.
You're watching WWE Raw. The Usos were coming out.
Yeah, I fell asleep too.
And you had 2 bottles on the floor, 2 bottles on the counter, and 1 in the bag, just in case you run out of 4 bottles of lotion.
So I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to ruin the joke. But what happened today is I went to the beach. So why is that so? Everyone thinks that's so funny. I went to the beach today. As soon as I said I went to the beach, everyone started laughing. I went to the beach today, and I was at the beach for about 5 hours. And it's not one of those things where you're strolling down the boardwalk. I was in the water. I was searching for crabs for about a good 2 hours. I was looking for starfish. I didn't find any starfish. So I had 2 bottles of lotion at my house. I used one for my face and one for my body. And they were both empty. So I said, you know what? Let me just go get some new lotion. So then once I get out of the water at the beach, I could lotion up. Like any manly man does.
Okay.
So
looking for starfish.
Looking for starfish. So So I go to CVS. I buy the one for my face. I buy the one for my body, and then it's buy two get one free because they never assume that someone's going to spend $20 on lotion. Right. No man's going to go to CVS and spend $20 on lotion, but me, I did. So I go home, I put the lotion out, but all lotion's still out as well. So you guys walk in, I have 5 bottles of lotion, and I didn't really have a chance to explain myself. I really didn't feel like I needed to explain myself.
Yeah.
And you came in.
Well, you came to my apartment one time, and I had like 4 mattresses laid up.
Let's talk about that. You didn't have 4 mattresses. You had 4 mattresses hanging against the wall, and then you and your is it your lover or your whoever it is, the man that you live with?
My partner in life.
Okay, your partner in life. You guys both have a mattress, but then you had 4 random mattresses on the wall. It's not like you have this huge house. You have a 2-bedroom apartment.
Just like how you had to like explain the fact that you went to the beach today, which no one could see that, like, because you wear I could tell you wear like 2 sizes too big on your jeans.
No, I don't. These are super tight jeans.
No,
look at my jeans. They're super tight. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
No, my jeans are super tight.
And so our landlord gave us mattresses right after
which is super strange.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Which is super strange.
He assumed we were poor, and we were like, we're good. And so he gave us mattresses already.
Where do you live? What city do you live in?
I live in Pomona.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's all right. It's cool. The area.
Have you always lived in Pomona?
No, I grew up in Chyna.
Oh, okay. So Pomona's an upgrade.
Yeah. No, actually, I would say Chino's the upgrade.
No,
I've been to where Chyna. I live in Pomona right now is an upgrade. But if I said Pomona, just generally Pomona, no, it wouldn't be an upgrade.
There's no way. People think that Pomona's an upgrade over Chino. Just generally, people like that live in LA like me think Pomona's an upgrade.
Well, people in LA think that, but if you lived in our part of the area, if you lived in Chino, that means you're at a certain point in your life. I don't think there's anybody where you're like, oh, I could afford a decent house. You know, that's how people. I don't know. You live in a celebrity dining apartment building.
I know, dude. I live in every single apartment building in the valley. Looks just like how that one is.
Oh, okay.
They're all the same.
Well, I live.
You have a lot of celebrities that die in the valley, but
yeah. So our landlord gave us mattresses
again, and which is super strange,
and we just never gave them back. And so we live in downtown Pomona where there's a lot of bars. So
you live in a dope spot, man.
So a lot of people come out. And they get drunk and they stay in our apartment and they just sleep on a mattress on the floor.
I love my friends and I have a lot of friends that I consider good friends, but I wouldn't keep extra mattresses in my house for them.
Well, they were already there.
Okay, but it's not like I said. It's not like you have a spacious place to keep stuff.
Okay, so
it's not worth keeping the mattresses and the 8 bags of recyclables that you guys had.
Yeah, well, we've said we're gonna cash those and we just never.
Wait, you guys still haven't cashed it in?
No,
it's been 3 weeks.
3 weeks. We've had those for like 7 months.
So like when you bring women home, do they get offended? I think women. Or is that just a sign that nobody comes over?
I think women just assume that. Well, Lex has been dating someone for a while.
Oh, nice. I don't want to get Lex in trouble.
But I would say they just assume like a guy. Like I would say our apartment is slightly an upgrade from like a douchey white guy's apartment.
No, man, that's not true.
Because like.
You know, most people keep the place clean.
Our place could be cleaner.
Okay.
But I think me and Lex are comfortable in it.
That's all that matters.
And that's what matters.
And the women that come over are comfortable too.
Yeah. We don't have this rapey vibes in there, you know?
I'll be honest. So I came over to your house to watch WrestleMania, and I was a little upset at the size of your TV.
Oh, yeah.
I would have bought over a bigger TV if I knew we were going to watch it on a 12-inch.
Oh, it wasn't 12 inches. It was about
how big
30.
do you think your TV is?
Okay, but look how big our apartment is. Now I know
your apartment's. Go ahead, say what you're gonna say. No, my apartment. Listen, I live in a studio.
You live in a studio. We don't live in a studio.
I'm not dissing your apartment at all. Like I said, you live in a great place. You live in downtown Pomona. You live above a whole bunch of bars. Your place is awesome. I'm not saying it's a bad place. I live in a studio apartment at all. But you still could get a bigger TV. It's not. Don't justify the size of your TV because of how big your place is when you're carrying 4 mattresses.
Yeah, but in case
people come over.
We have a little love seat. And we don't like if we had a bigger couch, a bigger area, maybe we need a bigger TV. But no, we usually only have like 1 or 2 people over at once.
Yeah.
WrestleMania we had like 5, which is like probably a record in our apartment.
There's probably about 4 too many.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Listen, I had a great freaking time, and we're gonna do it again, right? Payback's coming back.
Yeah, Payback should be soon.
How do you feel about Chyna passing away? And who are you more affected with the recent passing, Chyna or Prince?
That's tough.
For me, it's not even close. I was more affected because of Chyna's passing. I don't think I've ever listened to a Prince song.
I would say, Prince was a little before my time.
How many Prince songs have you listened to?
I probably listened to maybe 20, but if I could name any, it would be...
You haven't listened to 20 Prince songs.
I've listened to about 20 different Prince songs, and I know he's written a lot of songs for a lot of different artists, and I know I listened to those because those were a little bit more white-friendly. But...
people are confused. So I made a joke earlier about you being Armenian, but you're not Armenian.
No.
You're not Mexican.
No.
You're just full-blown white.
I'm white.
That just hangs out in the battle rap scene? Hangs out in the IE battle rap scene?
I used to hang out in the battle rap scene.
You get offended when I say that, right?
I don't get offended, but I get a little like, hey, that's old Brian.
Okay.
Or that could be crazy.
Let's talk about this too. What do people call you?
Brian.
Just Brian, and that's your legal name. That's what your
mom
and your dad gave
when
you.
I was in high school, all the way till I was about 22, it was weird if people called me Brian.
What did they call you?
They called me Crazy K.
So how did you get the name Crazy K?
All right, so in middle school, we were flirting with different rap names or whatever, and
because that's what most middle school kids do.
Yeah, so
most white middle school kids from Chino, that's what they do.
Yeah, we flirt with different rap names. So, the hip hop duo Blackalicious. Well, being white, I thought I came up with the name Crackalicious, and that ended.
How proud were your parents at this time when you were doing things?
Oh, my parents barely even knew. Like my dad would come home, and I'd be, I gotta shut everything off. Like,
seriously?
Yeah, like I had this like respect for my dad, where it's like I respect my dad. You
looked at
so
me like
much.
I wouldn't understand that. The look that you gave me is like you wouldn't understand that I had this respect for. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I respected my dad so much that I didn't want him to think I was a rapper.
And you're saying that in a recording studio, where 80% of the people make their money off rap music. Yeah. I make all my money off rap music.
Like my dad knew I did it. I just didn't want to show him that I was doing it. Like my dad didn't realize like I was taking it somewhat serious until he saw my Little Miss Redhead video that I did with Lex.
I don't think I've ever seen that video.
You can see it sometime tonight, right, I guess.
Let's do it.
But so first was Crackalicious, and then I went to Crazy K.
Cracker?
So Crazy Cracker.
With a K, right? For crazy?
With a K, I was 1K away from getting kicked out of a lot of places. But I was...
So you rock with Crazy. So then how did that transition? What do? You tell people from now on I want to be known as Crazy K?
Yeah, like I wasn't like famous enough where everyone's gonna say, "Oh, I can't start calling this guy Crazy K now." It was like maybe 5 people like, "Wait, what? No," and then they got over it really fast.
And now recently you just changed it back to Brian Andrew because you got out of that phase of rap. You seem a little bit jaded by rap music. And battle rap especially.
Well, I grew up literally for my whole teen years. I didn't even listen to anything but rap.
Yeah.
And then it got to a certain point where I started listening to other things, and I started to realize, like, if you want to be taken seriously, don't wear baggy pants, don't wear certain clothes.
That's why all your clothes are super tight on you now, right?
Yeah, I guess so. And
you went to the opposite extreme.
Yeah, and it's funny because I'm getting
baggy,
bigger. They should be getting looser, but I decided not to do that.
Yeah, I got you.
So, and then I realized, like, if I were to go somewhere professionally as an artist, or whatever I want to do in life,
what does that have to do with you listening to rap music, though?
But it does. Well, this is a different thing. But I was gonna say, like, if I wanted to go somewhere,
whatever wave you have,
I think Crazy K. I think Brian Andrew is a little bit more respectful than Crazy K.
Yeah.
So I changed it to Brian. I was still kind of rapping at this time, and I was still listening to rap. But then I got to a certain point where I just started liking other music more.
But now you're just the total opposite. You don't want anything to do with rap music now.
It depends. Like, I'm still a big fan of, like, Rhyme Sayers. A$AP Rock's coming out with an album next week, and I'm super stoked for it.
You're his exact demographic.
Like, if, I might hit up the LMAX show tomorrow in Pomona. It depends, like...
But is that because you want to do your thing for Clay Area TV, or do you just because you enjoy the music?
It depends because...
And you're going to be super pissed off the whole time you're there. All you're going to do is you're going to be the guy in the back making fun of everybody.
That's
right?
true.
But that's why I enjoy your company.
Yeah, it's gone to a point where there's certain acts that I've seen hundreds of times, or there's certain acts that I've seen. But that's your fault.
That's your fault.
And there's certain acts that I've seen.
Don't put that on other people.
Yeah, so, like, I could say, like, for example, I saw Nas at Rock the Bells, right?
Yeah, which is super dope.
And grew up a huge fan of Nas. but was not impressed by his performance.
Yeah.
And that's kind of disappointing. You start getting to the point where you're in the scene so much.
But hip hop and rap isn't meant to blow you away with the performances.
But you get to the point too as a rapper where I realized was, how many people in their 40s are still making the money they made in their 30s as rappers.
Well,
and the music
industry is different though.
You want to think long term.
The music industry is different.
Yeah.
People aren't selling albums like they used to sell albums now. So
No.
nobody's making the money they used to make.
No.
The only way you make money now is doing shows.
Yeah.
That's why Jay Electronica is fitting in 50 cities and 50 nights. So you get a good paycheck and he can chill. Yeah, he has no album, but every show was sold out. Mm-hmm. We had 300 people in San Diego that were loving to see him. But it's not because they're doing something different. It's because the music industry is different.
Yeah.
So now you have to adapt. You have to get used to streaming. People are still trying to figure out. Nas just recently became more business oriented. Mm-hmm. His super thing was he was super laid back, just focused on the music. But now the music's not bringing those checks like it used to. And he has to get his Hennessy sponsorship. He has to do things.
Another thing is it's not that I don't like.
I love that Lex is just on the phone while we're recording a podcast, right? Just disrespectful. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know, to be honest with you, I don't.
Hold on, I want to listen to this conversation.
All right, whatever. I'll just continue.
Okay, hold on. I want to listen to what he's saying. Why does his voice change when he gets on the phone?
Yeah, it gets a little bit more white, as you can tell.
I thought Lex was Indian until I saw his Spanish battle.
He's Mexican, if you like, but he clearly looks Arabian.
All right, go ahead. It's
not that I don't like rap. It's just I'm now officially affiliated with hip hop, right?
Why are you officially affiliated with hip hop?
Because I've been.
But you can't be affiliated and just hate it because it seems like you hate hip hop.
I don't hate it, but I'm also that guy that I feel like I can see through the mirrors of what everyone doesn't see.
But that's not just rap. That's life. That's everything.
That's life.
That's everything.
You'll hear me too. I'm into indie folk music now, and I went to a Mumford & Sons concert, and I thought
again you're the demographic,
and I thought it sucked.
Why? Would the performance sucked?
I thought I've been to show. Maybe it's because I was raised on hip hop that I see shows a little bit more entertaining, but they were just pretty much playing music, and I was like,
but what did you expect?
I'm not sold.
Mumford & Sons not going to jump in the crowd.
They're not, but I just feel like there could have been something
what else. Could they have done different?
They couldn't. I don't know, something. You could have something like a screen in the background showing.
But that doesn't
something.
affect the performance. That's presentation more than performance.
Because my favorite artist is a UK pop star named Marina and the Diamonds.
Okay.
And if you go to her shows,
I've never heard of
her shows are very entertaining. There's things in the background that
Can we pull up a video so I can check it out? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's cool. I'm gonna check it out afterwards, and I'm gonna make fun of you for it.
Yeah,
How did you find this music?
Well, actually, Lex. Okay, so if you want to get back to hip hop, Avocado did a little music video of a Marina and Diamonds song.
Oh, that's cool.
Lex showed it to me.
He filmed the music video. He just did
He did his own little thing.
He did his own
like a fan video.
Yeah, I got you.
And I fell in love with the music, and then from there, I became a Marina and Diamonds fan.
So in my mind, you're always gonna be Cray-z K. You saved in my phone as Cray-z K. When I made the logo for this podcast, I put it as Cray-z K. You were slightly offended. You said, no, it's Brian Andrews. I put Brian Andrew, and you said, no, it's Brian Andrews. You made me change about 3 different times.
Yeah, that's fine.
How long have I known you now? About 2 years?
Yeah, I'd say so.
And I met you at, do you remember where we met at?
Let's see here. No, I don't.
We met at the Daily Doors versus...
Is that when we met in person?
That's the first time I never knew you before that.
Oh, because
we talked
on the internet before then.
No, don't make it seem like it was weird.
All right.
No, I don't think that's the first time I ever met you. I never knew you before that.
Okay, so because I know you hit me up with the Team Greeley idea.
No, that was way after that though. So Daily Doors was his voice box, and it was in Montrose. It was how long ago?
Oh,
no, it can't be that long. I've only been doing music.
So is that when I battled Teddy Bear, the Grizzly guy, or whatever his name is?
You did.
So that's when we met?
Yeah, so that's the first time I met you.
Okay.
Dude, Team Greeley was like, was it 2 years ago? No, it can't be 2 years ago.
Yeah, it has to be 2.
No, because I was living in my old apartment, the one I just got right before this one. That's not 2 years ago. Either way, it doesn't matter for the podcast. But like nobody cares about the timeline, right? That's the first time I met you. Dude, honestly, I was a big fan of yours because I like your style.
Yeah.
You know how
just funny.
Yeah.
Rhymes when he feels like it.
Yeah. No, seriously though, that's your style. I like it, dude.
Yeah.
I was really a big fan of it. Why they had a battle rap event in Montrose, California, the most suburban neighborhood around, it still blows my mind.
Yeah.
And how you let that happen blows my mind as well.
Well, okay, so people need to understand. Like, I know Daily Duels is tied to me and Lex.
Yeah.
There was a phase where me and Lex had nothing to do with Daily Duels.
Oh, that's your fault.
And it was all DDLA and people who were affiliated with DDLA.
What is DDLA?
It was Daily Duels Los Angeles, which was Know It All, and other people. I don't want to throw people under the bus
Let's throw people under the bus.
A lot of those events were pretty good.
No, yeah, I'm not saying. I just don't know why it's in Montrose, California. For anybody that knows Montrose, California, it's the most suburban neighborhood ever.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the same event that Joe Cutter came up to everyone offering treats out of his pocket.
Yeah, that was a very interesting event. Good. The footage in.
It was a good event. You look completely different than you did back then.
Yeah, I was still kind of flirting from the, going from the transition actually from the, I wear G-Unit pants in like high school, so I still kind of was like a little urban. And
so how did your dad feel about you wearing G-Unit pants?
Yeah, he just, I guess, accepted
looked the other way.
I guess he kind of was just like, this has to be temporary, and a good thing it was.
You say good thing it was. It's not bad to have G-Unit pants.
No, it's, well,
I would have killed somebody for G-Unit pants back in high school.
G-Unit was
I would have been
too.
all over that.
I was like, when Game and G-Unit had the rivalry, I was on G-Unit side.
Nah, I was on Game side, dude.
Yeah, of course you were.
What does that mean?
You're like an LA guy.
Yeah, I am an LA guy, of course.
I grew up listening to like East Coast rap.
That's all I tell everyone. I think East Coast rap is better than West Coast rap.
I think so too.
It's not even close. So what happened when you there was a time when you were battling a lot? Mm-hmm. Did your parents ever see those videos?
Actually, this is one of my favorite stories. So you know how I battled Karma 1?
Yeah.
And I came off as a sexist prick in that battle.
But it was all so the people that don't know Karma 1, they should look it up because that's one of my favorite battles.
And
you know what rhymes with Karma 1? Bitch.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I'm not like that person at all.
No.
And I think that's what made it better because I was like, all right, who am I? And then do the exact opposite of that.
No.
And that battle. And I showed my mom that battle.
Oh, that has to be a little awkward.
And
right?
my mom thought it was hilarious.
Did she?
Yes.
Because she knew that was just an act, right?
Yeah. She was like, "Do you really talk to women this way?" And I'm like, "No, Mom."
That still has to be awkward though. Like you're battling. So Karma 1 was a woman who probably has about 4 or 5 kids now, but she was a woman that she was trying to get in the battle scene, and you battled her.
Yeah.
That still has to be awkward, calling this girl a cunt and a bitch every other ward, and having to sit down and watch with your mom.
No, because my mom was like, "Show me something good," and I was like, "This is probably my best work right now." So here.
And did you give her say, "Hey, just give you a heads up"?
No, I just said like I battled a female. She's like, "Oh, how did that go?" And I'm like, "And I push play."
Yeah. I would have to explain to my mom if that went down.
So how did Young Baca become Young Baca?
Young Baca. I've always been Baca since you played football in high school. Did you play football in high school?
Yeah, I did.
Listen, you keep making this joke, but you keep telling me that you're good at basketball.
I'm pretty good at basketball. Like I'm a little rusty, and
everyone starts laughing when I say that.
And I get a little winded now that.
I get a little winded too. Don't worry
but I would say like
there's never been a time where you stepped on the basketball court.
There's
never been a time.
We need to make plans to play basketball before one of these podcasts.
So listen, for one of these podcasts, we're gonna do a special one. We play a game of basketball, and we're gonna film it and we're gonna put it online.
All right.
And we're just gonna look like 2 fat fucks.
the game's gonna go up to 21, and it's gonna be like 4.5 hours long.
But seriously, are you good at basketball? I can't even imagine you stepping on the basketball court.
I would probably say I'm smarter than I am athletically at basketball.
Okay. So that's like, when they always talk about the white players, like he hustles hard, and he's selfless, all that bullshit. But I've always been Baca because of football. So, football, everyone calls you your last name. And then I started going to Key Club and different hip-hop clubs to check out shows. And they would say, "What's your name?" I'm Baca. And they're like, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 21." Like, "Oh, you're young, Baca. You're young." And it happened to be young Baca. I was the youngest dude. Dude, I'm only 25 now, and I've been in hip-hop for about, I guess, 3 years now. If that was 3 years ago, the Daily Duels battle. We'll bring Daily Duels back, man.
Well,
let's do it. I'm gonna put you on the spot in front of everyone. We're gonna bring it back. At least for an event. We're gonna do one event.
Well, behind the scenes, we've discussed this, and I said, yeah, if you want to do it, let's do it.
So let's do it. I want you to say on the podcast, though.
Yeah, well, we'll do it.
I want you to have more excitement and just be like, yeah, if you want to do it. Right? That sounds great.
All right, fine. Daily Duels will be back. It's going to be completely run by you, but I'll host the event, right? That was the agreement?
Yeah. We're going to do it.
All right.
You seem excited.
Yeah, well, we'll see when it happens.
You don't think we're going to follow through?
No. You know what? I think it's going to be successful for what it is, but there's going to be some rapper there that's going to say the word lyrical and just going to you're going to see my eyes roll in the back of my head.
Well, dude, you've battled you battled 6 months ago.
I haven't battled in over a year.
No, that's not true. When did you battle Michael Millions?
I battled. He was in March. Okay, I battled Chico in early June. So I guess.
Oh, Chico was a great battle. So that's when we had. That's when me, you, and Lex spent our fucking Saturday.
Yeah, Lex hosted the event, and then me and you
Lex was taking. We were laughing in the back. Lex was taking it super serious. Like this was his chance to shine. I fall off TV.
Yeah, we didn't take it seriously at all.
No, it was good. Honestly, I had a great time. You were with some chick that was drunk most of the time, but
yeah,
and it was a little awkward because Lex was a little embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but he was I don't know if jealous is the right word, but he felt like she was maybe overstepping the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah, he gets like that.
He gets like that. So do you get like that too now that he has his girlfriend?
No,
Lex, hold on. Lex, when do I get to meet your girlfriend? He doesn't seem too excited when he was saying it. It's the same thing when I was asking about Daily Duels.
You're meeting her right now.
Yeah. So what? That was about 6 months ago.
I don't know if you know your months, but it's April, about to be May. So
hey, don't patronize me on my own podcast. All right.
So it's about 11 months.
No, was that really 11 months ago?
Yeah.
I haven't accomplished anything with my life.
I don't plan to come back.
I haven't accomplished it. That's it. You done with Battle Rap?
I'll keep it open. This is the thing. I'm so far away from the scene now that I tell Lex.
I hate that word scene. There's no such thing as a scene.
Whatever, bro. I'm using it because other people use it.
Well, don't. Okay, so other people jump off a bridge. You jump off a bridge?
Are you gonna get mad at me in front of Adrian right now?
Where we at right now? Tell them where we're at. Jordan River recording right now. My boy Young One and Adrian were a little bit upset that we went a little bit late, and I think they got upset we didn't hit them up to see if they wanted some Starbucks. Yeah. And their dog attacked me when I walked in. So
it's a pretty cute dog though.
So again, don't use the word scene because it's stupid. There's no such thing as a scene, right? So what is a scene? The battle, i.e. battle rap scene?
I guess so.
Oh, okay. So then the show you're going to go tomorrow night, is that the same scene or is that different?
That's similar but different scene.
Yeah, okay. So it's not. That's the answer. It's not.
Yeah.
All right. Now tomorrow you're gonna do your thing for Kray Area TV.
I plan on it. We'll see. If I really want to, I can get it
again.
done.
You don't sound excited about anything. You're just so much of a hipster. You can't get excited.
No, it's just like
that hipster blood won't let you do it.
Well, it's funny.
Do you consider yourself a hipster?
I'm
gonna fucking flip this table over right now. Do you consider yourself a hipster?
Yeah, slightly.
All right, cool. Yeah, okay. As long as we're on the same page, we're good.
Yeah, like. I don't feel like I'm like 100%, but I know I'm leaning more toward hipster than
you're a hipster.
Regular person.
Tell everyone what you got in your hair right now.
I got a pink scrunchie.
You have a what?
Or a pink band.
It's a scrunchie. It's a scrunchie, right?
Is it a scrunchie?
It's a scrunchie. We're gonna go to our scrunchie.
It's a band, right?
We're gonna go to our scrunchie consultant. Is it a band or what's the difference between a band and a scrunchie?
It's like thicker and softer.
See, again, you know a lot about these scrunchies. I know I asked you this probably 5 times today, but you walked in the store and you bought that?
Yeah.
You went by yourself?
Just like how you buy 5 bottles of lotion.
First of all, I bought 3 bottles of lotion. One of them was free.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I just,
good deal.
I put my head down and I get through the day. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But you walked in and you did it though, right?
Yeah.
It's a little awkward,
it was actually a rainbow pack. There's a lot of colors.
Were you by yourself?
No. Yeah, well, it probably was.
Okay. And did they say anything when you got up to the counter?
No, they probably know this guy likes colorful bands in his hair. Maybe they thought buying it for a girlfriend, but whatever.
But they probably.
But it's not the truth.
So you gonna do Kray Area TV tomorrow? Tell everyone what Kray Area TV is, because
Kray Area TV is my, I would say, Instagram campaign right now.
Okay. Well, I saw a lot of blogs and everything starts through Instagram.
Yeah.
And you start buzzing it up, and then you can create a website.
Yeah. So I would say it's my Instagram campaign right now to show. I don't like to say it like this, but I think it's for people to understand. Is I like to prove that like artists and athletes, celebrities, or whatever are just regular people.
Yeah.
And I like to prove that like I know I have to go through a lot of management and I have to know certain people and network to get to meet these people. But I want to prove that you could pretty much just talk to these people and do something and create a reaction from them.
Well, what are some of the ones that you've done so far?
Just this last week, and I posted this week, I gave MVP pitcher from the Padres my autograph.
That's honestly that's one of the funniest things ever.
So I have a thing where I give athletes my autograph.
That's hilarious.
And it's usually around people asking for autographs.
And you give them the
so they're expecting me to give them a pin, and I'm like, no, here's my autograph. and
it's honestly some of the funniest reactions.
Yeah, like some people are just like, what? I don't know what to do with this. Some people are like super stoked. Eric Dickerson.
Some people are super stoked.
I would say so. Like James Shields, he might have been faking it, but he said he's gonna keep it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, he's like he knows who he's talking to.
So you do have a battle that got a few couple million views,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I got a 3 million view battle.
So did you show your mom that one?
Yeah, I think I did.
What about your dad? Did your dad watch the video of you calling that chicken cunt?
I don't think he'd appreciate. He's a nice Christian man, and
oh, is he?
Yeah.
So he doesn't approve of your relationship with Lex?
Nah.
Right?
No, he doesn't.
I'm a good Christian man, but I can still appreciate the art form of battle rap.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say I can appreciate the art form of like two gay dudes.
Listen, honestly, it's not my. I'm not saying you guys are gay, but it's not my place.
Lexi's walking outside the window right now, dude.
That guy's up to no good, right?
Yeah, is that a camo hat with a open flannel shirt?
You asked what's the teenage pregnancy rate over here.
Yeah, I asked you.
What do you think it is?
So I pulled into the area and there was like a house half built, and I was like,
"Well, that's common. It's called construction."
Nah, but it just seemed like they forgot about it. And so I asked you, I'm like, "What's the teen pregnancy rate out here?"
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's high.
So, do you and your dad, because he's a good Christian man, you guys I don't want to say conflict, but you guys
we actually get along very well.
Yeah?
Our personalities are basically the same. Our lifestyle choices are different, but our personalities are very the same. Like, we both don't get excited over things.
Yeah.
We both only talk about like football and sports. Like, so we're gonna like have a bonding moment next week when the NFL draft happens. And
what's your NFL team?
The Rams.
Is it now? It's because the Rams.
Oh no, it's been the Rams.
Has it been the Rams? So you're super excited to come to LA, right?
I'm super stoked.
I'm a Rams fan now, but it's not. I'm not going to say that it's always been that way. Now that I'm coming to LA, I'm going to.
I've been a Rams fan,
which I don't think I should get shit for because everyone's been saying, "Oh, you're going to just jump on the bandwagon." No, to come into LA, I'm going to become an LA Rams fan. I'm not a bad guy for that, right?
Yeah, you're good. Like,
yeah,
I would say,
but you're a piece of shit for being a Clippers fan, though.
Nah, dude. They're an LA team?
No,
and they used to be in San Diego. It's not like they came from Minnesota.
How did you become a Clippers fan? Just because the mainstream thing to do was be a Lakers fan, so you went the opposite way, right?
No, well, okay. This is actually. A little bit. Want me to explain?
Go ahead.
Okay, so
don't put your hand up
the Lakers were like in the middle of like their three-peat thing. But the Clippers, I felt like, had the most exciting team in basketball at that moment. They had like Darius Miles, Quentin Richardson. They had Corey McGee.
It's Darius Miles, isn't it?
Darius
Miles.
Yeah. And I used to have a Darius Miles jersey, and people used to call me Miles when I used to.
Back when you were on the basketball court?
Yeah, when I was on that b-ball court.
Did you do the thing with the horn where they would hit their heads?
Yeah. Okay, you want to know a fact? This is probably the widest basketball stat I'll ever tell you. When I was legit doing basketball seriously, I went to
Wait, there was a time you were doing basketball seriously?
Yeah, I was going to do basketball in high school, but I decided to do football instead.
Okay.
I went to a football school, and that's what they do there. And so I went to a basketball camp at Cal State Fullerton, and I won their free throw tournament.
Yeah, that is the widest basketball thing that you can say.
Yeah, like I made 98 out of 100 free throws.
Did you really? That's impressive, dude.
Yeah.
You bring that up on a date, right? I would for sure.
I bring it up all the time. That's my opening line.
Seriously, that is impressive. So I went to basketball camp too when I was in middle school, and they said when you approach the free throw line, you do the same motion.
Yeah.
So is that something you do?
Yeah, but the thing is, I've been so rusty that I bet you if I went up there and did that again right now, I'd make like 19 out of 100.
We should join a basketball league.
I'm down,
Me and you, we should join a basketball league.
Yeah.
Put your fucking hand down, Lex. Me and you, we should join.
Well, we'll call it Gray Baca Productions.
Gray Baca Productions. Dude, I've told you a million times. Let's put a link on youngbacaproductions.com with the Gray Area TV.
I'm down.
Yeah, you say you're down, but I've told you this 5 times and we haven't seen any
All right,
movement.
well, text me about it, and I'll
I
probably.
always text you.
You don't text me about that. Always.
No, I do. I did text you about it for a while.
Do we need to go back?
Yeah, let's go back. But at some point, I'm like, if this dude's not excited or he's not sick, I got to move on. I can't keep begging you.
No, dude. I'm one of those people you need to keep, like, telling me these things.
I got 20 events next month.
I don't give a shit.
I'm saying I'm a busy man. I got 20 events next month.
How many of those are 498 the fan performing at?
25 of them. 25 of the 20. No, so I got 20 events. I got radio. We got this new podcast. So I'm a busy man. So if I gotta track you down to do stuff like that, we're never gonna get done, though.
No, that's fine. I'll do so. I'll guess I'll comply a little bit and like not be so hard to track down.
Yeah, I don't want to say that. But if we're gonna do it, let's do it.
I'm done.
I do a lot of shows with a lot of.
I've been
famous
showing
people.
up to this podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm super proud of you, dude, because I didn't think it was gonna happen at all.
Yeah, but you got me interested.
Yeah, that's good. I'm an interesting man. I think it's hard to get you interested.
I think just from the Daily Duels era when, because I did everything to make that what it was. Yeah. That now when I want to get
Daily Duels was very successful.
It was for its time.
Yeah, no, it was for the impact that it had in LA. The reason they started doing Ground Zero in LA is because of Daily Duels.
Yeah.
And I think so. But once that started happening, you guys just stepped back.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where, like, financially we couldn't compete.
Yeah. Well, you can't compete.
It's like when they're doing the same battles we're doing
yeah.
with a way better headliner, it's just we couldn't compete.
Yeah, but then you could also see that was too hard for them to manage as well.
Yeah.
Because that's why it fell off.
Yeah.
And now you might have an event once or every 6 months or whatever.
And the thing is, like, they needed someone, or I want to throw them under the bus or anything, but they need, for example, me, when I did Daily Duels, like, you guys let us, I was always the no guy. Yeah. And every team needs a no guy.
Yeah, that's every business. You can't just agree to anything. Yeah. I don't put every rapper on stage that wants to go on stage. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
But that's you need a no guy. But if you just accept everyone that show you could all battle, which is fine. You got to have your prove yourself battles. I understand that. But you got to keep a certain standard, especially if you're doing Ground Zero, especially representing King of the Dot, too.
Yeah, and another thing is, too, like, I was watching Ground Zero, and there was times where I felt like, they could have cut these battles in half and had a way better, like, event.
Yeah, but it all comes back to that's the easy way for them to make money, though.
It's
if
true.
you have 10 battles as opposed to 5, that's another 50 people that are going to come to the door.
If you were to book Denter and he brings, like, all 45 members of the Elephant Graveyard.
Denter's the man.
Yeah, well, Denter also slurs his words. And
yeah, that's fine. You could say people say that about me too.
Yeah, they do.
People could say that your clothes are a little bit
There's
too tight.
There's only one person on the show who could have pronounced brand split.
People can say your clothes are too tight. People can say anything about anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm being serious though. But he's made a way for himself. He's doing the Spanish league thing, and he's doing really good for himself.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that continues.
Yeah, I hope so. I want to get a Spanish battle. I'll come back to do Spanish battles.
Do you speak Spanish?
No.
Did you take Spanish 1A in high school?
Yeah, I took 1 year of Spanish, and then I got a D in another year, so I don't know if that counts.
How were you in high school? As far as grades?
I had to take an ROP class to make sure I graduated.
I don't know what that means.
I had to take a class that was like 15 units that I had to take after school just to make sure I graduated.
Why is that?
Because I got lazy.
Yeah.
But, to be honest, I'm taking school seriously now, and I guess it's important now.
Yeah. What's going on? You going to go to
I'm probably going to go to Cal Poly Pomona.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So are you in school right now?
Yeah.
I
go to Chaffee College. It's in the IE.
But what are you doing? What are you studying?
Behavioral science.
Okay. And then you have a job in that as well, right?
Yeah.
You
I work with students.
How's that going?
It's good. I'm good at it.
They don't tell you to cut your hair?
No.
Why do you think you're good at it?
You know what? To be honest, I think it's all the years of
dealing with battle rappers?
Dealing with different people, yeah. Like... There's a reason why I dress the way I am and I act the way I do, no matter where I'm at.
But I think that's just you being true to you.
Yeah.
And it might be a little bit, you pushing it to the extreme.
I push a lot of things to the extreme.
Yeah, you push it to the extreme a little bit. Stand out a little bit.
Yeah, always. I'm a walking icebreaker.
How did your recent trip to San Diego go? Can we talk about what happened? Or I don't know. I don't put your business out there.
I don't really care.
Okay, so what happened? You texted me. Go ahead, tell the story.
So... I tell Lex earlier in the week, right? And we have like a rule. So I hit up Lex and I was like, just to let you know, I'm going to go to San Diego this weekend. Keep your weekend open, but I'm going to hit up chicks first. So even if like I don't think I'm going to get laid, I still think going with a chick is better than going with your boys.
It's good to have female company.
So I hit up one, and then she's busy during halfway.
I love that
week.
you have this just Rolodex of women that you can call.
You know. And then another one was going to be in San Diego, and I was like, maybe I can meet her there or whatever. And I ended up going with my friend Arturo.
Which is the greatest fucking thing ever, dude.
Yeah, but the funny thing is if I went with, okay, so this is where you're going to see like the douchey side of me is the game went 14 innings. The game was like 5 hours long.
And if you were with a chick,
so that's not going to happen.
It wouldn't have happened.
And I wanted to stay after so I could give James Shields my autograph. She would have never been down for that.
That's a lot to ask for a woman.
So,
but you understand that, though.
So I brought my boy Arturo.
Yeah, and he was loving every
And
minute.
he was like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. But you could understand it's a lot to ask a woman to sit through 14 innings of baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball's hard to watch, man.
Yeah, it's funny because I took like 8 years off of watching baseball before I got back into it.
You didn't miss much.
Yeah, I got back into it like maybe like 2 to 3 years ago.
You're looking at Young One's shirt, right?
Yeah, Young One's shirt's pretty solid.
That's the big black dude again.
Your Young One's dog is like barking at minorities.
I enjoy going to baseball games, but I don't. The stay all 9 innings is. I might show up in the 3rd inning and stay 6, but it's tough, man.
So you're like one of those like dads who have kids who like has to leave at the 6th inning?
No. I would show up at the 3rd inning and stay the whole game. It's tough to watch baseball, man. That's why baseball is dying. It's a slow game compared to basketball.
So the 3rd inning, is it because you couldn't get to the game on time,
First of all,
or
that's
is it
racist.
because of the traffic in LA?
No, it's just if I go to a show, I show up and I'm not doing the show, I'm not working the show. I show up at 11 o'clock, 11:15.
All right.
Just because that's how I do it, man.
All right,
you can do whatever you want when you pop
I show
in,
up to
man.
my baseball games on time.
Do you really?
Yeah.
No, most people don't do that though.
I don't care. I do that.
I know you're a rebel. You show up on time. I understand.
I show up on time. I'm a Clippers fan.
Yeah, you just being a Clippers fan because that's the anti-mainstream thing to do.
Nah, dude.
Yeah,
I told you they had the most exciting team to watch at that time, and I just continue to watch.
And you've just been suffering ever since.
No, they've been in the playoffs more than the Lakers in the last 5 years.
Yeah, you got a good point. Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You excited about this podcast?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
I think it's good. I think brand split. I think brand split is a good name because we're kind of similar, but we're completely different in some aspects.
We're
you know what I'm
two
saying?
different people raised totally different.
That's racist.
But we. You see, that's racist.
Yeah, because you're like, my dad's a good Christian man, and my mom was supporting me, and I was like, yeah, we're two different guys. We were raised differently. It's fine.
Yeah, but people didn't call me Baca on the football field.
Well, they called you by your last name, though, right?
No,
they called you K.
I actually brought up a story. So my mom, she ended up marrying an illegal immigrant.
Okay.
And so
again, I don't know why you point at me when you say these things.
I don't know. I like to move my hands,
yeah, okay.
you know. And so my mom married an illegal immigrant, and so for whatever reason they call me Mr. Yob instead of saying do your job, they call me Mr. Yob. So I was Mr. Yob on the football field for a solid year.
So your mom and dad aren't together?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. And then she remarried. No, I mean
that's tight, bro.
The way you said it,
you can't be successful.
the way you were talking the whole podcast, it made it seem like your mom and dad were together.
Oh no.
So they're not together.
No.
Okay, cool.
My mom.
It's not cool. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say it's cool.
My mom is happy with her husband.
Yeah, which is good.
And my dad's a nice Christian man, and he has his wife, and so I have like a really white side of the family. I have a really like Mexican side of the family now, I guess, and that's what makes me who I am, I guess.
No, it's good. It's not. Listen, if two people aren't happy together, they don't have to force themselves to be.
That's why
together.
me and Lex are together.
Yeah, exactly. You guys seem like you're working it out.
Yeah.
Do you guys go matching costumes every Halloween? Because I didn't realize
it's something we started 2 years ago.
Okay, cool. Because I thought you just guys did it once just to be funny, but I went to your house and I saw 2 costumes. What were you guys, ketchup and mustard?
Yeah.
And then you guys were also eggs and bacon. And I started thinking to myself,
we were big.
I started thinking to myself, like, this is a little strange. I thought they just did this one time to be cool or be funny, but
no, we did 2 times to be cool.
Okay, cool. So what are you guys gonna be this year?
I don't know, we'll figure it out.
All right, cool.
There was
if I could be included in the trio, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, dude.
I don't want to step over any boundaries or anything.
Yeah, maybe we can find something for you.
Okay, cool. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up. And let's keep doing it, man. I'm excited about the podcast. We'll keep growing. Again, I was going to ask you. So you're more affected by Prince's death or Chyna's?
I was going to get to the point where I was going to say Chyna. I'm more affected by Chyna's.
Listen, I'm way more affected by Chyna's.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not affected. Like, I'm not up that night thinking about it, but I never listened to a Prince song, and I watched Chyna wrestle most of her career.
And the thing is, I'm also like, I'm like one of those wrestling nerds. So I know like the reasons why she's not going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Dude, they have to put her in the Hall of Fame now.
No, because
they have to. There's no way that she dies.
They're in the PG era, and if
Yeah.
a kid were to Google her name, they're gonna find porn.
Yeah,
they don't want that.
But if they have Triple H, you're gonna have him giving the suck it symbol.
Yeah, but that's different. That's on the
Dude,
wrestling.
There's a lot of wrestlers.
Like Chris Benoit didn't kill his family on TV. You know,
she didn't have porn on TV. It's on the internet. There's a lot of things.
Yeah, but if you
know, there's a
Google
lot of
her,
wrestlers.
that's what you're gonna find.
You know, there's a lot of wrestlers that did porn and that were associated with porn.
Yeah,
I watched a video the other day. It said 10 wrestlers associated with porn.
But the point
It
I'm
took
trying
me a
to
couple
make.
hours to get through it, but
The point I'm trying to make is like the WWE is so sensitive now.
nah, they have
Like that's why they got rid of Hulk Hogan. They'll bring him back eventually.
Listen, I think I was telling you if that Hulk Hogan, if the I am a great American, and he came running down the ramp, all would be forgiven. I would be so excited. All would be forgiven.
Would it be even better if he like attacked like R-Truth or something?
Like if he came out and just helped a New Day, like New Day was getting beat up, and he came by, he's like, I got your back, butter. And then they would have that moment where like New Day was looking at him and he was like looking at them. He would put his hand out and they would shake his hand and raise it. Listen, all would have been forgiven.
That's true. That's true.
Can you tell me about the kid that you called a racist?
Oh yeah, so we were on our way to Vegas. We stopped in Barstow, and we were at Del Taco eating. And this kid just like rocking a Hulkamania shirt. Like it was like a week after what happened. Like how, as a parent,
Do you let that happen?
do you let your kid just walk out looking like a total racist? Like you might as well be wearing like a clown,
Just a
like a
Confederate
Klan's robe out there. Like that was ridiculous.
And what did you say?
I'm like, look at this racist over here. And the kid just like kind of stares at me blindly, and then I take a picture.
Dude, at WrestleMania, Wale was walking a Hulk Hogan jacket all weekend.
He could do that.
But there was a lot of cats that were doing it. I'm telling you, if he comes down, listen, that pop would be so big.
Yeah, I'd be like, wow, they actually came to terms after.
And that's
being
how
so
excited
racist.
that you get at things.
Yeah, I'd be like, wow.
But they have to put Chyna in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You can't like I'm excited to see what type of announcement they make. And
Now,
what they do. They have to put in the Hall of Fame.
If they
You
did
can't-
it, I wouldn't be upset.
You know they just introduced.
I just don't think they'll do it.
I would be upset if they didn't. Dude,
I think
Chyna
she
deserves
deserves-
to be in the Hall of Fame.
what she's-
Nobody thinks that she doesn't.
Like I think what she's done as a wrestler, she deserves to be in there. Same thing as Chris Benoit.
Yeah, you
But
can't put
these
Chris
are things they're
Benoit
never
in
gonna
there.
do. Like,
Well, there's a difference between doing adult entertainment and killing your whole family.
yeah, but he was the best technical wrestler of all time.
Listen, I
Like-
still watch Chris Benoit
Like I was
matches.
asking Arturo the other day. I was like, is Chris Benoit the best technical wrestler of all time, or is he the best technical wrestler to kill his family?
Too soon, man. Too soon, dude. You can't put Chris Benoit on, but you have to put Chyna in. Do you know they just inducted Boss Man, and there's a match where Boss Man gets hanged from the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
So if you can't go with the argument that if a kid Googles this, that's what they're going to find. Because if a kid Googles Boss Man, they're going to see him hanging from a cell.
Yeah, but
being lynched.
that was on the WWE writer's fault.
Okay, but it's still happening.
Chyna
though.
went on her own to do porn. So it has nothing to do with wrestling.
Listen,
And if you're gonna Google Chyna, they want you to find like her greatest matches, not her blowing some dude, not her taking out the belt from Xbox.
You have to put in Chyna, especially after everything that just happened.
I would say no, because I don't think it makes a difference.
It does make a difference. It's respect.
It's respect.
I know you hipsters don't have it, but
Like, want to put respect on her name?
what did you think of that Boneman video?
I thought it was hilarious.
It was stupid, man.
Yeah.
Did you see? He said, "You pull up on Trick Daddy and Rick Ross like this, you ain't have nothing to say, right?"
Yeah, like I feel like everyone at that level acts like that.
Nah, that's not true, man. I do a lot of shows with a lot of big artists,
Mm-hmm.
and dude, most of the people are cool. It's the people that aren't. It's the entourage that always gives you issues. It's the dude's cousins, mom's, baby mama's best friend that feels like she deserves to be in the green room and she deserves to get treated like royalty just because she knew this kid when he was 5 years old. But the artist is always super cool to work with because they work their ass off, you know what I'm saying? And they're happy to be there and just get their shit done.
I have a gray area Kendrick Lamar story. How much time do we have? 10 minutes. All right, we can get this done.
Yeah, I don't think your Kendrick Lamar story is gonna be more than 10 minutes.
So we go to the House of Blues. I think it's the announcement party for the last Rock the Bells. So I go in there. I interview Supernat, Bone Thugs, a lot of people, and I'm like looking for I was like, okay, these guys are cool, but I'm looking for someone who's doing it now.
A lot of clout.
So I'm waiting around, and I see Kendrick Lamar with his little posse. And this is when I was doing the whiteboard thing. So I go up to Kendrick Lamar, and I'm like, hey, do you mind if I ask you a question real quick on my whiteboard? And then we'll take a picture. And he says, what's the question? And then his manager, or I don't know, some guy who's bigger than Kendrick Lamar asks.
I think everyone's bigger than Kendrick Lamar.
And he's like, yeah, what's the question? And I'm like, well, I'm going to come up with it now. And he's like, no, dude, you don't have to do the whiteboard, just to ask me the question. And I was like, oh, well, I guess we could film this. He's like, nah, we don't do filming. And I was like, all right, well, what's the point of me asking you a question then? And then I was like, can we take a picture? And he's like, I don't do photos.
Kendrick Lamar said this?
Yeah.
Dude, I've met Kendrick Lamar 5 times. He's always been the super nicest guy ever.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because I approached him with the whiteboard and I'm a white guy.
Well, no, it's not that. But nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you a question on the whiteboard.
No.
So for you to get offended that they didn't do it.
I'm not offended. I was just like, why did you go through all that trouble just to tell me at the end there's no photos? When I opened up with, we're going to ask you a question on the whiteboard and we're going to take a picture.
Because you got them irritated along the way.
I'm pretty sure I did get them irritated on the way.
Okay, so I wouldn't help you out after you get me irritated and you come at me a certain way.
I'm not asking for help.
No. But you're asking, you say, I want to get a picture with this guy for your project, the thing that you're working on.
Yes.
That's him helping you out.
Yeah, it is, because I don't care ever. The whole point of the gray area is I get people that I know other people care about.
Yeah,
you think
exactly.
I go my whole life without meeting Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I got you. But you can't be mad. He doesn't owe you anything. He doesn't owe
me anything. But I was like, we were there for literally 3 minutes discussing this. He could have he could have been a diva about it.
All he could have done, when you said what's the question, you could have just gave him the question. You have to say, well, I got it. They don't owe you anything.
But the point at that time, I should have had the question already ready. But
just come up with a question.
But the point at the time is I was doing the
question.
whiteboard campaign, and if I was not gonna get Kendrick Lamar on the whiteboard or even a picture at all, there was no point for me to even talk to him.
If you would have asked the question and he would have said, okay, here's my answer, I'm sure he would have been cool about it. But for you to make certain demands about it, he's not going to be okay with it.
Which is fine, But you can tell this is where we differ on this.
Yeah.
Scene.
Nobody owes me anything. Nobody owes me shit.
Yeah. So this is at the very beginning of the gray area, and I handle things differently now. But this was my Kendrick Lamar story. I was like, because I approached him up front with everything I expected of him, and he was like, sure.
Well, he didn't say sure. He said, what's the question?
Well, he's implying sure if he's going to stick around.
Well, he's saying, what's the question? Give him the question.
If he's sticking around, see, this might take 10 minutes. He's sticking around.
You come up to me.
He's intrigued. He's intrigued.
Yeah, exactly. So give him the question.
And I'm walking him through the process. Because
he might say, I'm not going to do this, but I'll do the question.
But the point is, he's intrigued in the process. And at that point, it was surprise questions. It wasn't, here's my question.
I understand.
So, I'm over here so I'm ready to write the question. And usually and when I was doing these things, I didn't know the question beforehand anyways. I wasn't going to walk around with a board ready for Kendrick Lamar because I didn't think I was going to see Kendrick Lamar.
But so Kendrick Lamar's people says, so what's the question? You say, something crazy like, if you were Power Ranger, what Power Ranger would you be? Or something like that.
Yeah, I gave him, I said I'm going to ask you something simple. It has nothing to do with anything really. Yeah. And they were like, so.
And then they said, okay, so what is it?
So I was like, what is it? I'm like, I want to write it right now. And so they're like, no, we don't want to do the whiteboard. And I was like,
you
okay.
Can't be mad at him for not doing the whiteboard.
So I was like, okay. So I was like, I guess we could film this.
You can't be mad at him for not filming either.
So I was like, and then I was like, okay, then I could take the photo. And then they were like, but no, I don't take photos.
At that point, when you asking for the photo, they're already irritated.
Yeah, but so that's why I opened up with, there's going to be a picture involved.
Yeah, and they were fully on board until you got them irritated.
It doesn't matter because at this point, I didn't even want it anyways.
But you still asked for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you shouldn't have asked for it.
So I can see from your point of view right now where Kendrick Lamar is irritated.
Yeah, exactly.
But from
'Cause I'm irritated
but
from
from
this
my point of
conversation.
view, I kept on having to lower what
Yeah.
my expectations
But
were.
you shouldn't have.
And I don't
you
give a
shouldn't
shit.
have
I don't give a fuck
expectations.
how big Kendrick Lamar
It's
is.
not about Kendrick Lamar, but nobody owes you anything.
No one owes me anything.
Yeah.
Exactly, but that's not the point.
So if
I'm not saying they owed me a picture. I was
you
just
are
saying
they owed you a picture.
I'm not saying they owed me a picture. I'm saying when I left, I didn't get what I opened up with, and I gave him something.
That happens. So like there was, I do Wake the Flock Up with my boy Concept.
Wake the fuck up.
Wake the flock up. The flock, the sheep. And he's having the same thing with Immortal Technique. He's been at 3 shows with Immortal Technique, and Immortal Technique says, "Yeah, we're gonna get this interview. Give me a little bit of time." And then the night ends up without him getting an interview.
Yeah.
And then Immortal Technique hits him up on the DM. "Hey, I apologize, blah blah." So just about 2 days ago, Immortal Technique said, "Hey, I'm going to be in Pomona actually on this date. Let's set up an interview." And Immortal Technique was going to go to Concept Studio to do a sit down interview, hour long. He sent him recently an email, I think it was 2 days ago, saying, "Hey, you know what? Just come to the show and we can do a quick 10, 15-minute interview there." And Concept's like, "Yo, I'm not going to do this shit. He already told me he's going to do 45 minutes. He's just joking me around at this point." I said, "Dude, he doesn't owe you anything. Immortal Technique does not owe you anything. You should get a 10, 15-minute interview."
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with the situation that you're going through.
Yeah, but at least Immortal Technique at the end was going to give him a 10, 15-minute interview.
But true, in Concept's defense, he might not have, though, because there's been
Yeah.
there's been 2 times where
But the thing
he
is,
hasn't.
the whole plan with the gray area thing is everything I do, except for the Master Ace thing I did recently, everything I do takes less than 3 minutes.
I understand.
So
but
I was not going to
you
waste
come with a set
anybody's
of
time.
demands.
Yeah.
You can't come with demands.
Well, now I usually open up with, I'm going to do this, 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 this. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
And they're usually like, okay. I'm like, all right, now. And then I take control of everything after that
I
point.
got you.
I was still new when I was doing this, but I was still annoyed because, I think the
But
thing
he
that
was
pissed me
annoyed
off the
too.
most, I think 3 weeks later I was hearing a Kendrick Lamar song, and he was like, and in the song says something like, "I always take photos of my fans" or something.
Yeah.
And
But
I
you
was-
didn't come at him as a fan.
Yeah, but I probably didn't come
came
out
at him as media.
yeah, but I'm
I've seen
walking around.
Kendrick
I'm walking around with a guy with dreads with a cell phone and a whiteboard.
But you're still media though.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, dude, you see all the after the Clipper games, everyone's doing the interviews. You know, they don't have these big microphones anymore. Everyone has the iPhones. It's the same thing, man. It doesn't matter what you have. Put your hand at me again, Adrian. See what the fuck happens, dude. All right, brand split. This is a good first episode.
Yeah.
You were wrong about the Kendrick Lamar situation.
Nah, man.
You're wrong
You're
about the Chyna situation. And we out of here, baby. Brand split.
All right.